Hi everyone, today is the episode 4 of the Richa Chaturvedi talk show, and we are happy to invite Miss Raina Khatri Tandon. She's from Mumbai, and rest of it she will tell you who she is and what is her journey all about. So let's move on to Raina. Hi Raina, how are you?
Good morning, viewers, and good morning to Richa. Thank you very much, Richa. This is a bright new morning, and thank you very much for having me. I am good today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for we were having a lot of issues with respect to the schedules, and sometimes you were available, I was not available, and sometimes I was available but you were not there. So, but finally we could make it. That's the best part, that finally we were able to make it. I want to start with this interview by asking you who you are today. Okay, what do you do? Just introduce yourself to the women out there so that they know who is Raina, and if they need help, how they should be reaching out to you.
Fantastic opening to find out who is Raina. So Raina Khatri Tandon, as the name it says, is today a person who speaks 12 languages, a 2 times TEDx speaker, a 2-degree PhD holder, and a person who is running her own company and trust with a lot of leadership skills and saying that, yes, wow, bring it on. This is ravishing Raina for you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Richa, for that. I only believe one statement, which is the line and the tag for my life, which also my company brings in or brighten up or springs up, is my company name is Right2rise. And we all believe that everybody has the right to rise. With being a leader already by birth, sometimes we don't unveil our own pluses, we don't unveil our own positives, we don't know, like you always say, fight the demons out and get your best version of yourself out. We don't actually know that designing the destiny of our life is in our hands, okay, not in anybody else's hand. Whether it's our happiness, whether it's our safety, whether it's our respect, it all lies in us. So if you really want to make it big, you don't have to do too much. You have to just start working on yourself. So for all the viewers wanting to know what I do, so I am Dr. Raina Khatri Tandon, the founder CEO of Right2rise, which is India's top 5 organizations working into specialized areas of women and child rights. We are an ISO 21001 17024 accredited organization, and we issue certifications which are valid in the areas of Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act, POSH-POCSO, which is Prevention of Child Offences Sexual Abuse, and then we also have stress, leadership, and entrepreneurship, which are setting in. Of course, yes, we are more keen working only with women because women are still the vulnerable part. We work on dignity, rights, laws, and respect of women and children. So our niche area is very focused on the areas of women rights, child rights, and the respect and sensitization that we want to bring in. So we have a company which is a registered private limited company today, having almost close to 400 cross people certified. And we have a trust that we are building in so that we can help the people in the journey. Of course, there are lots of ups and downs that every entrepreneur faces. And I myself have faced a lot of ups and downs, obstacles and challenges. But yes, happy to be here today on Richa Chaturvedi show to share all the learnings that I have till date with my 23 years of experience, all to you so that you grow as a powerful entrepreneur today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Raina, and I feel so proud to be sitting in front of you today because of the fact that you've been working great for women and kids as well. This is need of the hour. Like you said, that women and kids both have been disadvantaged. They are vulnerable. They are, and the worst part is they are not aware of their own rights. And even if they're aware, they are educated, they are working, and even if they're aware of it, they don't want to exercise because of the fact कि लोग क्या कहेंगे. लोग क्या कहेंगे, society क्या कहेगी, family कैसे लेगी. And because of all this, they are being continuing into toxic relationships or possibly all kind of mental and physical harassment, narcissistic attitudes and attributes. They are getting exposed to it every day in, day out. And I feel that you've been doing a great job out there. Seriously, kudos to you. Literally, I feel so proud that I'm sitting in front of you and I got this chance to interview today. Right. Having said that, I will also be asking a little more questions on how do we identify with the mental harassment, because physical harassment, you can see it on your face or on your body, that marks can be visible, but mental harassment is something which is just not visible. You know it, or possibly you have your own doubts around it because there's so much of gaslighting happening out there, right? So I will come on to that question later on, but how did you reach to this idea, and how did you cover up this journey where you are today?
So I won't call it an idea. Basically, I think we don't plan or we don't channel our future. Okay, when I started, I think I'm an engineering uh, graduate, postgraduate, PhD, what do you call, into the field of IT. So my education has been being an engineer, an electronic and communication engineer, going ahead and doing VLSI chip design engineering masters, and then going ahead and doing masters in AI and embedded systems. Little did I actually think that doing from chip design engineering, sitting on a laptop, quietly doing just your aspect of work, you suddenly switch to a totally different line of work, that is training, coaching, mentoring, being an international TEDx speaker, being a Josh Talk speaker, being somebody who's there on a platform talking and empowering people and transforming their lives to a more deeper rooted level rather than just making it very vocal. Okay, because I think speaking on a platform or a dais is very easy for everybody today. And if you look at Indians, they are very, very massive and good at it. Okay, every person today is a speaker. But when we actually talk about transformation, it's actually going down to the root level and saying, look, I have tried to change this person's life and that person is grateful for it and he's coming back to you. Okay, because you have done something for that person. Now, how I have reached here? From the journey of training, coaching, mentoring, of course, there was a lots of different things that I have done in my journey. Met a lot of people, traveled abroad, come back, spoken a lot of languages, intervene into a lot of learning. But how and why into POSH is because during the journey of my training and coaching, I think there were multiple people who I have encountered, and they themselves saw that initially when I started with women and women empowerment, I came into the lots of roles of helping them on relationships, on growth, on finances, on what are their belief systems, what is their internal and external selves, how do they project themselves, how do they become the take charge of their life, and all those aspects. There was one thing that constantly resonated with me, and there were a few mentors like we always have. You call them guide, you call them mentors, you call them coaches, whatever you call them, who direct you, okay, or indirectly tell you like this is something that is your USP. Because I did not get any Albert Einstein falling apple on my head and telling me, hey, that's your eureka moment and you should be sitting in POSH. Okay, I just know that when I went for a casual training doing POSH, there were a lot of people who came back to me and said, you are the person who I seek assistance. Going back to a college, a lot of kids again coming back and saying, yes, we can share things with you, and not probably to even our parents or our teachers or our HODs, but we can come and share to you. Can you help us? Because we are undergoing that kind of an abuse or harassment and we don't know how the way forward is, how to get out of it. So when people start seeking you a lot of, uh, they are seeking solutions, the only way that you can help them is probably find a solution yourself first, and then learn, because we all are not experts in everything. I'm sure even today I'm not an expert in probably some areas of finance or some areas of company handling. I'm an ISO certified body, so there are a lot of mistakes I do even in those, because we are, when we say we are an ISO body, we also have certain processes, systems in place. So when we're talking and saying that we have structures in place, policies, just not the talk, it's about bringing that into implementation, right? So जब हम बोलते हैं कि हम किसी की हेल्प करना चाहते हैं, किसी की मदद करना चाहते हैं, वो मदद जेन्युइनली मदद होनी चाहिए, वो मदद जेन्युइनली उनकी लाइफ को चेंज करके उनकी लाइफ को बेहतर बनाने की सोल्यूशन होनी चाहिए. अगर आप वो सोल्यूशन प्रोवाइड कर सकते हो, देन वी आर सेइंग वी आर ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग लाइव्स. सो यही चीज हमने अपनी सिस्टम में इंटीग्रेट किया. लोगों ने बताया कि हमें लगता है कि आप वो चेंज मेकर बन सकते हो. तो मैंने सीखा, मैंने अपना लॉ पढ़ा. I went ahead and did my LLM. I did my PhD in human psychology and child rights, which is my second PhD from Brazil University during the pandemic. वो सब सीखते सीखते आज पॉश में हमने बहुत सारे अलग 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 प्रोग्राम सॉल्यूशंस बनाए जिससे लोगों को उनके सेटअप में बेहतरीन सॉल्यूशंस और प्रोडक्टिविटी मिल सके. Having said that, being a woman, I'm sure even we undergo people who come back to us and give us a lot of bad names, or they are not getting the solution, so they are very troubled. That does not mean that they are meaning that. That means that they are also seeking solutions where they have not got it, and that is why they are frustrated and showing the frustration. But that also tells you that you need to give it a pause and thought and say, how can I help this kind of people rather than just shunning them away? Okay, so it requires a lot of resilience. It requires a lot of being vulnerable for not only yourself but for others. A lot of, okay, I need to push myself, but how much do I go to push myself, and where do I draw the line, and what are the different challenges that I'm going to face? So all these encompassed will tell you that yes, you are on the right path. And I'm sure this entire thing itself gave me the path that yes, POSH is what you should be doing. Working with children rights and women rights is what you should be doing, because you are able to provide them certain what you say, relatable, resonant, whatever you say, resonance, and a solution to any problem that we are seeking. And we've been doing that over a period of time, so that every time we provide solutions in different situations. There is no one fit for all. Okay, we have to keep on evolving, we have to keep on changing. And I'm sure we're all doing that in every strata of our work. Being able to listen to somebody and provide a solution can be done, but solutions are not the same for your life or my life. So that is what we've been doing, and that's how I know POSH is, because some of the key values that resonate with me and my company are justice, respect, dignity, transparency, ownership, and deliverables with the complete 100%. So I mean, if we can't do that in our own personal life, then we won't be able to do that even in others' life, and that's what Right2rise also does. So I think because of so many things that came up, I knew that this is what is my calling and why am I sitting in that niche area. And if people do know me today, it's only because of the constant, going back, studying, relearning, unlearning, and going back to all the foundation steps, going on improvising on things, learning from people around you. There is nothing like you know best or they don't know anything. There is nothing like they are best and you don't know anything. Both ways it is wrong, because you're also evolving. So giving your credit every time, giving yourself the growth pattern as well, that you are evolving and you are going to be making a better version of yourself, should be the solution, not like you're trying to compete with somebody else. So this is all I can say when I have to think about POSH and how I landed up in it.
All right, amazing, amazing. And the idea I liked about what you said right now is right to rise. The name in itself, first you have to rise to that level so that you are in that authority, so that you can make others also rise as well. That's the beauty of the whole concept. I could understand right now. Okay, but the journey which you have covered, and I first appreciate you for actually moving out of your comfort zone and being an engineering background, entering into legal field is amazing, amazing. And that shows the kind of perseverance, it shows the kind of commitment towards your niche, actually, right? That you are going through the formal education and then you are entering into it so that you can give the best out of you. Amazing. Tell me, what were your biggest strengths while you were doing this journey?
Uh, I think the biggest strength is yourself. The biggest critic in your life is yourself. The biggest strength is yourself. The biggest vulnerability is yourself. You might get a lot of people telling you this is right, this is wrong. You might get a lot of people who you call mentors. At the end of the day, if you reflect on your life, it is only you who can push to do something. It is only you who don't want to do something. Okay, no mentor, no coach, nothing works when you don't really want to do anything. Okay, and when you fall also, you might call and seek a lot of help from everybody. But at the end of the day, if you don't juggle up yourself, if you don't put your pieces together, if you don't take your crumbling stuff together and put yourself as a joint masterpiece of those crumbled pieces, you will not be able to create that beautiful ethical ware or ethical earthenware that you are. Okay, all of us are in that. We will always get obstacles, we will always get challenges. Okay, who would I give credit? Yes, there are loads of people I can give credit, starting from whoever have educated me, whoever have given me the knowledge, who have grown me. I don't have one coach, I can say includes everybody in my personal and professional life. It includes my parents, it includes God, it includes my husband and my children, it includes also all the coaches that I've had. Every small learning, whether I'm learning an Instagram or a LinkedIn or writing a blog post or learning social media gimmicks or learning some areas of law or going back to child rights, I cannot take one name and do injustice to all my coaches. But yes, a mentor that has always been around me is a gentleman who is not even staying near me. I haven't even met him once, but he's there with me, standing with me for 5.5 years. So I can surely give him the credit and say, yes, he was somebody who I know who's there throughout that journey. And um, maybe he might be seeking a lot in return from me as a mentor-mentee kind of a relationship. But till date, I have never felt that he asked me for anything as a Guru Dakshina also. I think that's what makes gurus very special. And even if he's asked me, of course, people do ask as when we have a relationship drawn as a guru and a shishya, then we also have the accordance to go and ask, नहीं मुझे आज आपसे ये चाहिए क्योंकि अगर आप ये नहीं करोगे तो मैं आपकी excellence नहीं देखूंगा, right? So that kind of a relationship is there. Um, there are many other people who I can always take, who you and me also know, but I think I know one thing. There was one supreme power who's inside me always. So मैं जब जब कुछ नहीं कर पाती हूँ, मैं उनको आंख बंद करके याद करती हूँ. Whether you call it guru, whether you call it God, whether you call it supreme power, whether you call it some other superpower, and we say subconscious mind or NLP or anything of those kinds, मेरे लिए वो भगवान है. काफी बार मैं एक एक महीने तक कुछ कर नहीं पाती हूँ. मैं हमेशा आंख बंद करके बोलती हूँ, भाई मुझे ये चाहिए या मैं ये नहीं कर पाती हूँ. And I see the very next minute something happens and I'm able to do it. So we all have it in us. I truly am a ardent believer of God, and God has always been very blissful when I have to ask him. So अगर हम गिरते भी हैं तो मैं उन्हीं को याद करती हूँ, अगर हम राइज भी होते हैं तो मैं उन्हीं को याद करती हूँ, क्योंकि गिराने वाला भी कुछ सिखाने के लिए आया है. So this is all I can say. It might sound a little philosophical, but somehow I don't believe in many platforms or anything like that where, you know, there are a lot of people telling you come and join and you'll probably grow. I don't follow those kind of things, but there are genuine people also who have been great supporters and allowed us to rise. So yes, they have also been a very beautiful part of our journey. But if you have to get one learning from me, I will say, believe in yourself. You have an inner voice. That inner voice will guide you in the right path. So sometimes you have to start believing in that. And if you fail also, then the inner voice will tell you, no problem, learn from this, and like a stepping stone, keep rising. Someday you will also reach the top.
Amazing. I loved your thoughts, and in fact, I also second your thought with the because you know that I've been working with the women tribe and I work for the women empowerment. So I also work on similar kind of thought process that believe in yourself. There has to be a connection within you with your soul that will guide you towards your path and finally to your success. Yes. Coming back to mental harassment or mental abuse. how do we figure out, as a women, how do we figure out that this is happening to us, and we should be taking that step?
Okay, so with harassment, uh, fortunately, there are different kinds of harassment. Okay, so when we talk about harassment, there is verbal harassment, there is visual harassment, there is mental harassment, and sexual harassment is different from mental harassment. Okay, so since the question is on normal harassment, mental harassment, we'll talk about that. My area of expertise is more about POSH, which is sexual harassment at workplace. So anything that happens at workplace, which is sexual in nature, is sexual harassment. Anything that happens in workplace, which is sexual in nature, is sexual harassment. When we talk about mental harassment, we are talking about harassment that can cause discomfort or which is unwanted or unwelcome. What is harassment? Anything unwanted, unwelcome told to a person which is going to make him feel uncomfortable. It's not right to that person. You know, something that is right to me may not be right to you. For example, somebody who wants to come and hug me and give me a nice welcome, I'll be maybe open to it. But I'm not saying that you should also be open to it if somebody comes hugging to you face to face, right? So you could feel harassed because it is not something which is there in our culture, and we may not be welcome to it. So it could be an unwelcomed feeling. Same way, it could be any kind of a hug, it could be a pat, it could be a touch, it could be any kind of handshake, it could be anything that comes up to you. So anything that is unwanted, unwelcome, which is physical in nature, becomes physical harassment or any kind of visual harassment. When we're talking on mental harassment, sometimes we don't even need gestures or physical movements. It could be even a wink of the eye. It could be anything that people give gestures to the eyes, or they are telling you come to the cabin, or they are telling you इशारों इशारों में gesture बनाते हैं, कुछ बोलते हैं, कुछ नहीं करते, कुछ पीठ पीछे बात करते हैं, कुछ मतलब आपके बारे में, आपके स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में, आपकी बॉडी टाइप के बारे में, आपके ड्रेसिंग के बारे में, क्लोथ्स के बारे में, बाल के बारे में, टैटू के बारे में, मोल के बारे में, किसी भी चीज या बॉडी पार्ट या स्ट्रक्चर या सेक्सुअली कलर्ड रिमार्क के बारे में कोई भी अगर किसी इंसान के बारे में बात करता है जिससे उसको डिस्कम्फर्ट होता है, वो होता है मेंटल हेल्थ. Okay, here you are trying to play games with the mind of a person and you're causing them discomfort even though you sometimes unintentionally don't know. For example, you might not like somebody at an office. Okay, you're working with a colleague at an office, you might not like somebody, but constantly talking ill about that person to say B, you are A, you constantly talk to B about C. If B goes and tells to C, C will not like it, right? It would cause a lot of stress in his mind because he'll be wondering, I have not done anything to A, but A doesn't like me and A constantly talks about me. It's not acceptable to me. It's causing a lot of harassment to me, or giving him bad words when you're working or anything of that, that becomes mental harassment, which is public harassment. Okay, we are not handling that. What we take care is more about sexual harassment. Anything happening which is having sexual content or intent in it, anything that is looked upon very badly and it has caused some kind of discomfort which is having a sexual connotation, like giving a colored remark, talking about somebody's mole or tattoo or the way they are dressed, their body, their shape, their sexual orientation, maybe they are gay, they are lesbian, or anything else that comes under sexual harassment. So more to do with workplace.
Okay. And like you said, that it is quite perspective based, that something which is right for you may not be right for me. Correct. So how do we draw a line there, that what is right?
That is where a lovely question that you have said, that is where the awareness comes into place. I will not know what you think, you will not know what I think, and we can always be crunching into each other's space, and we can always be hindering into each other's areas and still have discomfort and not be able to work amicably in a workplace, correct? So we need to create an awareness that there could be some areas that maybe somebody else is not liking. For example, if I like a song that is very sexual in nature in my phone, or if it's ringing, somebody else cannot be okay with it. But is it important that I keep it, or do I keep it on a silent mode when I'm working, is something that I need to maintain. As per protocol, it should be on silent and we cannot have these kind of ringtones at workplace, which is causing discomfort to another one. Even though I don't like it, I must still respect the other person's opinion as well. So that's where awareness of POSH sessions, having it at a school, having it at a college, an IIT, an IIM, a World Trade Center, maybe at a restaurant, maybe at a hospital, at your home, a lot of places that come under workplace, not only organizations and firms, they all come under POSH. So it's a broader act which covers the entire part of the India and different workspaces.
Okay, amazing. I think you have covered very beautifully this whole concept. And if someone from the tribe wants to come and have a consultation with you, should they be reaching you? So if you can share that as well.
Simple. So as my name says, I'm Raina Khatri Tandon. You can Google me out. There are various social media platforms and also my interviews and accolades and a lot of things that are available about me. If you ever want to reach me out, there's a contact number 72080177715. That's a contact number that you can reach out to me. We have a website with the name of Right2rise, www.right2rise.in, because I prefer to choose people to connect with my brand name. They know Raina Khatri Tandon. So Right2rise is something that will help them to grow, not only as an individual, but sometimes also as a sustainable person who would like to earn in the area of POSH and become a gender champion for us. If to do some good social work at the same time, also earn through making a living by doing a lot of certifications and programs and trainings in corporates. So we do POSH, different level of training programs. And if you ever feel that you want to become certified or you want to start up your own organization as an entrepreneur and you don't know where to start, then we are the people who can register the entity, help you on the MSME registration, give you a little roadmap on how from the zero level to the ideation level to start off. And then you're on your own as a brand. So we'll be more than happy. Otherwise, www.right2rise.in, rkt@right2rise.in, ranakhatri@gmail.com. All of these are numbers, and you can always Google up me. You'll find all of these, including my website. More than welcome to reach out to me. I'll be happy to assist.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Rena, for adding so much of value and also letting the women out there know that if they are facing any heat, any kind of uncomfortable situation, they can reach out to you, right? And in fact, I would say that to all the women out there, do not hesitate. It is okay if you are facing any uncomfortable situation. Do not feel what the people will say and what the people will think, or possibly you might lose your job. Your dignity is more important, your respect is more important as anything else in this whole world. So no one has the right um, to just walk over your dignity and respect. Please do not hesitate. Do not surrender yourself to your own cocoon. Do not let anyone override you just because you are a female. On that note, thank you so much, Raina. Thank you for adding that value. And I'm happy to connect with you today. And believe me, there's a lot of things which you have added to my knowledge base today. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Richa.
Yes.
All the best and best wishes on this lovely Richa Chaturvedi show. Guys, do watch this because this is going to become the upcoming show now for all the women leaders who are out there for you. If you want power woman, if you want help, if you need support, then you need to be on Richa Chaturvedi show. So thank you very much for having me on this show. And if you need any help with regards to anything to women and child rights, please reach out. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you.